They told you to budget loudly. Be transparent, set boundaries, say no proudly. And you did. You told your sister you couldn't do brunch, budget's tight, told your coworker the concert wasn't in your plan, declined the reunion because you're prioritizing savings. 6 months later, you had extra money. And zero invitations. There's a side to loud budgeting nobody's talking about on social media, a cost that doesn't show up in your bank account but shows up everywhere else. Ancient wisdom knew this. There's a difference between being disciplined with money and being foolish with relationships. One builds wealth, the other isolates you from the very people who make wealth meaningful. By the end, you'll know exactly how to set boundaries without burning bridges, how to save money without sacrificing community, how Rachel did it, went from social pariah to the person everyone trusts with money talks. Let me show you what they're not posting in those viral videos. Here's what nobody admits about loud budgeting. It works perfectly, you save money. But you might be trading dollars for something you can't buy back. The trend says announce your limits, make people uncomfortable, be loud. What it doesn't say, every time you announce those limits, people are making silent calculations about whether you're worth inviting next time. Think about the last 5 times you said no to something because of money. Now think about the 5 times after that you weren't even asked. Comment testing ground if you felt that shift when the invitations just stopped coming. Because we're about to dig into what happens when your budget gets loud but your social circle goes quiet. Let me take you somewhere most financial advice won't. Medieval times had 2 economies running simultaneously. The visible economy, coins, goods, transactions, and the invisible economy, favors, connections, obligations. A blacksmith might shoe your horse for free, not charity, investment, because next harvest you'd remember, you'd send grain, recommend him, protect his shop when trouble came. Sound familiar? Your social circle operates the same way. Every dinner you attend isn't just food, it's data. Every time you show up, you're making deposits into an account most people don't know exists. Social capital. And here's where loud budgeting gets dangerous. You think you're protecting your checking account. You are, but you're making massive withdrawals from your social capital account without realizing it. Sorry, not in my budget sounds responsible. What people hear, you're not worth adjusting my spreadsheet for. I'm prioritizing savings right now sounds mature. What people hear, I've ranked you below my emergency fund. You're being financially disciplined, they're hearing social rejection. And here's the brutal part. They won't tell you, they'll smile, they'll say no problem, totally understand. They'll stop inviting you. Not because they're mean, because humans unconsciously sort people into categories, those who invest in the relationship and those who don't. Every no without context, without alternative, without connection, you're teaching people which category you belong in. But here's what ancient wisdom understood that modern finance forgot. Frugality was never about saying no to people. It was about saying yes to the right things. The difference between being cheap and being wise isn't the amount you spend. It's the discernment of where value lives. Your grandmother knew this. She declined the fancy restaurant but hosts Sunday dinner. Same social connection, fraction of the cost, control over the environment. She wasn't loud budgeting, she was virtue budgeting. And there's a protocol hidden in that approach. Step 1, replace, don't reject. Can't do that expensive dinner, but I'm making pasta Friday, come over. Same social capital deposit, different price. Step 2, explain value, not limitations. I'm building something, hits different than I can't afford it. One signals discipline, the other signals deficiency. Step 3, create third options. Most social invites aren't about the activity, they're about the connection. Can't do the concert, but coffee after you guys get back. You're still present, just on terms that serve your goals. This isn't loud budgeting, this is wisdom budgeting. You're not hiding your limits, you're demonstrating that your limits don't limit your love for people. Rachel, 31, account manager at a marketing firm, married 3 years to Chris, no kids. Salary, $3,100 per month, living in one-bedroom apartment, rent $1,150. Discovered loud budgeting on TikTok in March, started practicing it immediately. Declined book club dinner, not in my budget right now. Said no to bridesmaid dress shopping, saving for a house. Turned down Friday happy hours, trying to be financially responsible. By June, she'd saved extra $840. By July, nobody was asking anymore. Thursday evening, sitting in her apartment at 7:23, silence, phone hadn't buzzed all week, opened group chat, 47 unread messages about plans she wasn't part of. Thought I did everything right, why does this feel so wrong? Here's what Chef did. Rachel stopped loud budgeting, started virtue budgeting instead. Bridesmaid dress shopping came up again in August, different friend. She said, I can't do the boutique, but I'll help you find options online and we can try them on at your place with wine. Book club in September, she offered, my place next month, I'll make soup, everyone brings bread. Friday happy hours, she started showing up for one drink, nursing it for 2 hours. Day 12, friend pulled her aside, you seem different, more present. Day 23, same friend texted, planning my budget, can I ask how you're doing it? You seem to have figured something out. Month 3, saved $920, had 4 genuine conversations about money management with friends who were also struggling silently. Group chat had her name in it daily. Best friend Sarah said Tuesday, I thought you were pulling away from us. Turns out you were just being smarter than all of us. Rachel didn't get rich, but she figured out that wealth without community just means you're alone with more money. Here's what virtue budgeting looks like in practice. Your character ledger and your social ledger need to balance simultaneously. Principle 1, discipline preserves relationships, not destroys them. If your budget system requires isolation, your budget system is broken. Ancient wisdom knew this, community was survival. Frugality meant maximizing what you could do with people, not without them. Principle 2, alternative solutions demonstrate creativity, not poverty. Can't afford that sounds like a problem. I know a better way to do this sounds like leadership. When you counter-propose, you're not deflecting, you're directing, taking ownership of connection on terms that serve everyone. Principle 3, selective participation beats complete absence. Show up for the moments that matter, skip the filler. Wedding, you're there, random Thursday dinner, maybe not. People remember presence in crucial moments, they forget absence in trivial ones. Right now, take out your phone. Look at your last month of text messages. Count how many times you said no to something. Now count how many times you offered an alternative. If the first number is bigger than the second, your social capital account is in the red. Tomorrow morning, when someone invites you to something outside your budget, don't say, I can't afford it. Say, I've got a better idea that won't break either of our banks. Then propose something. Coffee instead of dinner. Walk instead of movie. Your place instead of the venue. Track this for 30 days. You'll save the same money, maybe more. But you won't save it alone. The virtue ledger isn't just about money. It's about whether people feel valued when they're with you. You can be broke and make people feel rich in your presence. Or rich and make people feel broke around you. Loud budgeting optimizes for the wrong metric. It saves dollars but spends social currency faster than you can replace it. Virtue budgeting asks a better question. How do I save money and make people glad they know me? Here's your protocol for the next 30 days. Every time someone invites you somewhere your budget can't handle, respond in 3 parts. 1, I love that you thought of me. 2, that specific plan doesn't work for my budget. 3, but here's what I can do. Then offer something real, not a rain check, an actual alternative. If you do that for 30 days, 2 things happen. You save money, and people start coming to you for ideas on how to do life better with less. That's not loud budgeting. That's wisdom. And wisdom compounds faster than any savings account. Comment Virtue Ledger if you're tracking both your money and your relationships from now on. The video on screen shows you how to turn frugality into generosity, how to save money while making people feel valued, because ancient principles of hospitality and modern budget discipline aren't opposites, they're partners. Like this video, share it with someone who's been loud budgeting themselves into isolation. Subscribe because every week I show you how timeless wisdom solves modern money problems that social media trends create. Drop in the comments what's one relationship that took damage from your budget. Let's talk about how to rebuild while still protecting your finances.